Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit.
Of Sunny Hostin on The View, Tom, basically implicating her husband in this type of a scheme.
The situation surrounding Sunny Hostin and her husband Emmanuel Hostin has taken a shocking and unexpected turn. Picture this. In the early morning hours, the calm elegance of their luxurious mansion was suddenly disrupted by the arrival of FBI agents. In a neighborhood known for its peace and exclusivity, flashing lights and hushed whispers of disbelief filled the streets. The Hostin estate, a sprawling symbol of success and prestige, had unexpectedly become the center of what many are calling one of the most explosive celebrity legal dramas of the year.
According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgery.
Witnesses described the scene as something straight out of a movie. FBI agents dressed in their recognizable Navy jackets swarmed the property with court-issued warrants in hand. The operation was quick, precise, and left no space for discussion. Doors were opened, safes reportedly examined, and every room was carefully searched. For neighbors and onlookers, the sight was surreal. This was Sunny Hostin's home after all, a co-host of one of the most influential daytime talk shows and a respected legal analyst known for her sharp commentary and polished public image. How could this be happening to her? Whispers rippled through the stunned crowd. What were the agents searching for? Was this connected to the ongoing lawsuit against Emmanuel Hostin, or was something even more serious unfolding? Some onlookers claimed they saw sealed boxes being carried out, mysterious and only adding fuel to the fire of speculation. Others said they overheard agents discussing financial records, emails, and, most intriguingly, potential evidence that could link Sunny herself to her husband's alleged misconduct. Was this simply another twist in Emmanuel's legal troubles? Or was Sunny now becoming a central figure in a controversy no one saw coming?
I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
For Sunny, who has built her reputation on expertly analyzing complex legal matters with confidence and clarity, the timing couldn't be worse. She has already been passionately defending her husband against serious allegations of insurance fraud. Accusations that cast Emmanuel Hostin as a key player in a massive legal scandal. According to early reports, Emmanuel is accused of being involved in a scheme that included fraudulent billing practices and allegedly receiving kickbacks for surgeries and medical procedures billed to an insurance company that serves taxi and rideshare drivers, American Transit. The company at the center of the case is now seeking damages that reportedly reach into the hundreds of millions. And with the FBI now officially involved, the situation has escalated dramatically, turning an already high-stakes case into something even more intense and far-reaching.
It's a very serious crime. In fact, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, RICO case in New York's history.
Sunny has been far from a silent bystander in this unfolding drama. In the weeks leading up to the raid, she publicly denounced the lawsuit against her husband, calling it baseless and driven by financial desperation on the part of the insurance company. She accused American Transit of exploiting her celebrity status, claiming they launched a targeted media smear campaign that dragged her and her family through the mud. Sunny didn't stop there. She even threatened legal action of her own, vowing to file a multi-million-dollar countersuit for the reputational harm she believes they've caused. Her statements were bold, defiant, and delivered with the authority of someone deeply rooted in the legal world. But after the FBI's raid, questions have begun to surface. Was her confidence justified, or was it dangerously misplaced?
They're essentially saying that it's a money grab, and they're also going to countersue for millions of dollars, $5 million.
Insiders close to the Hostin family describe the atmosphere inside their mansion as tense and heavily guarded in the wake of the FBI raid. According to sources, Emmanuel has been working around the clock with his legal team, led by high-profile attorney Mark Dagost, to navigate the growing wave of accusations and legal hurdles. But with federal agents now in the picture, everything has changed. What was once seen as a civil dispute between Emmanuel and American Transit has now taken a far more serious turn. The involvement of the federal government has raised the stakes significantly and brought with it the looming possibility of criminal charges. And then there are the whispers, swirling rumors about what the FBI may have uncovered during the search. Speculation is running wild. Some believe that financial documents were seized that could not only further implicate Emmanuel, but possibly link Sunny to the alleged scheme as well. Others suggest the agents may have found communication between Emmanuel and other defendants in the lawsuit, potentially pointing to a larger, more complex conspiracy than anyone had anticipated. Whatever the reality may be, the secrecy surrounding the raid has only intensified public interest, leaving both the media and the public hungry for answers.
RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. You guys wrap that around your brain. That's bigger than the mafia.
Naturally, the neighbors have had a lot to say. One resident, who requested anonymity, described the Hostin family as generally private but undeniably prominent within the community. "It's shocking, really," the neighbor said. "You just don't expect something like this to happen in a neighborhood like ours. They always seem like such a respectable family." But then again, who really knows what happens behind closed doors? And behind those closed doors is exactly where Sunny has been trying to keep things. Publicly, she's putting on a brave face, continuing her appearances on The View and addressing the situation only through carefully worded statements. But privately, sources say she's deeply rattled. The FBI raid wasn't just a legal turning point, it was a personal violation. Having agents comb through her home, her safe space, was reportedly a crushing blow, though Sunny is no stranger to public controversy, having gone head-to-head with figures like Melania Trump and critics of The View. This situation is unlike anything she's faced before. Even for someone as composed and resilient as Sunny, this is truly uncharted territory.
Was surprised when she mentioned his sense of humor. But
there are also growing whispers of rising tensions between Sunny and the producers of The View. While the show thrives on lively debates and headline-grabbing topics, having a co-host caught in the middle of such a high-profile legal scandal presents a completely different challenge. Behind the scenes, producers are reportedly worried about how the controversy might affect the show's credibility and viewer ratings. The question now looming large: could Sunny's spot on the panel be at risk? With the legal drama continuing to unfold so publicly, it's becoming harder for anyone to ignore the potential fallout. Meanwhile, Emmanuel Hostin's legal battles are far from over. The lawsuit filed by American Transit is massive, involving nearly 200 defendants and alleging a long-running pattern of fraudulent activity. At the core of the claims are accusations that Emmanuel knowingly performed unnecessary medical procedures and billed the insurance company for inflated amounts. He's also alleged to have accepted kickbacks, disguised as legitimate payments. The potential financial penalties are staggering, but the reputational damage, especially for someone in the medical profession, could be devastating and irreversible.
Oh, he was scamming insurance companies from taxi drivers, Uber drivers, and Lyft drivers. He was performing unnecessary surgeries and then providing fraudulent medical services in exchange.
There are also growing whispers of rising tensions between Sunny and the producers of The View. While the show thrives on lively debates and headline-grabbing topics, having a co-host caught in the middle of such a high-profile legal scandal presents a completely different challenge. Behind the scenes, producers are reportedly worried about how the controversy might affect the show's credibility and viewer ratings. The question now looming large: could Sunny's spot on the panel be at risk? With the legal drama continuing to unfold so publicly, it's becoming harder for anyone to ignore the potential fallout. Meanwhile, Emmanuel Hostin's legal battles are far from over. The lawsuit filed by American Transit is massive, involving nearly 200 defendants and alleging a long-running pattern of fraudulent activity. At the core of the claims are accusations that Emmanuel knowingly performed unnecessary medical procedures and billed the insurance company for inflated amounts. He's also alleged to have accepted kickbacks, disguised as legitimate payments. The potential financial penalties are staggering, but the reputational damage, especially for someone in the medical profession, could be devastating and irreversible.
It's just, I mean, you're married, Tom, you're married. If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to.
As the dust settles from the raid, one thing is clear: this story is far from over. The Hostin family now finds themselves at the heart of a legal and media storm that shows no signs of slowing down. With every new twist, the stakes continue to rise for Sunny, Emmanuel, and everyone caught in the web of this controversy. The next steps could determine more than just the outcome of the case. They could shape the future of their careers, reputations, and personal lives. And that's where the real intrigue begins. Could Sunny's fierce defense of her husband backfire, dragging her into the mess in ways she never expected? Or will she manage to navigate this crisis and emerge with her career and reputation intact, proving she's just as formidable off-screen as she is on? And what about Emmanuel? Is he a mere scapegoat in a larger scheme, or is he truly the mastermind behind the alleged fraud? These are the burning questions on everyone's mind. And the answers? They promise to be nothing short of explosive.
Exactly, because if she is shaming descendants of this, will she continue to do that when she is now one of them, Dana? And it is funny. She's so wrapped up in identity and she had no idea who she was.
Sunny Hostin's world, once polished and seemingly unshakable, now finds itself on a dangerous precipice. The recent FBI raid on her luxurious mansion has intensified rumors that she may not simply be a passive observer in her husband, Emmanuel, Hostin's legal struggles, but that she may have questions of her own to answer. For years, Sunny has presented herself as a powerful, composed figure, delivering sharp, unfiltered opinions on The View and navigating the world of daytime television with unmatched confidence. But this latest turn of events has put her in a position no one could have predicted, and the fallout could drastically reshape her career, reputation, and future. Let's start with the rumors surrounding Sunny herself. For weeks, speculation has mounted that the lawsuit targeting her husband Emmanuel might involve her more closely than she's previously let on. While Sunny has consistently defended her husband in public, insiders are now questioning whether her involvement in his financial dealings could go beyond mere moral support. Did she know about the alleged fraudulent practices her husband is accused of? Could she have played a role in managing, advising, or even facilitating certain decisions within his medical practice? These aren't just idle theories. They are serious questions now being whispered among legal experts, media analysts, and even The View fans. And of course, the FBI...
I don't know. That's not true.
That's not true.
But you think about things that she said and how offensive they are.
Yeah.
What's particularly striking is the very public role Sunny has taken in defending Emmanuel. Her statements have been bold, pointed, and some might argue unusually aggressive. She has accused American Transit of weaponizing her celebrity status, calling their claims false and disgusting, while also threatening a multi-million-dollar countersuit. But here's the thing, that level of involvement and public outrage has raised some serious questions. People are starting to wonder, why is Sunny so deeply invested in this case? Is it simply a wife defending her husband? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Could her fierce public defense be an attempt to deflect attention from her own potential role in this tangled mess? The idea that Sunny could face legal consequences herself is not as far-fetched as it might seem. While she isn't named as a defendant in the lawsuit against Emmanuel, legal experts have pointed out that cases like this often evolve. If new evidence were to surface linking her to any of the alleged fraudulent activities, whether through direct involvement, financial oversight, or even casual conversations, her position could quickly shift from that of a supportive spouse to an implicated party. And with the FBI now involved, the chances of uncovering fresh evidence have skyrocketed.
Sunny Hostin of The View, who's constantly raging about race and reparations and how bad America is and its racial past and all this stuff.
The potential impact on Sunny's career is massive. As a central figure on The View, she's built her brand on being outspoken, unapologetic, and fiercely opinionated. She has tackled some of the most controversial topics in politics, entertainment, and social justice, often drawing on her background as a federal prosecutor to lend credibility to her arguments. But now, that very credibility is being called into question. How can Sunny continue to position herself as a legal expert on national television when her own legal troubles are making headlines? It's a contradiction that hasn't gone unnoticed by viewers or by the producers of The View. Behind the scenes, there's talk that Sunny's spot on the show could be in jeopardy. While The View thrives on spirited debate and controversy, this legal scandal brings a different kind of attention, one that could potentially tarnish the show's reputation. Producers are reportedly weighing their options carefully. On one hand, Sunny's drama has undoubtedly brought more eyes to the show, with viewers tuning in to see if she'll address the situation or drop any hints about her family struggles. On the other hand, there's a real risk of the scandal overshadowing the show's broader mission and alienating its audience. The question is, how much is too much?
Yeah. We haven't seen her, and her description of Donald Trump doesn't track with the reality of what we've seen. And I can't relate to the marriage or if they're even in the same place at the same time. So I don't think that's the way.
The fallout from the scandal isn't just confined to Sunny's professional life. Her carefully crafted public image, built over years of hard work, is also taking a hit. Fans who once admired her for her intelligence, poise, and fearlessness are now divided. Some remain loyal, insisting that Sunny is being unfairly targeted and that her husband's legal troubles have nothing to do with her. Others, however, are less forgiving, questioning whether she's as transparent and principled as she's always appeared to be. Social media, as always, has become a battleground, with hashtags and heated debates dominating platforms like Twitter and Instagram. Then there's the matter of Sunny's relationships with her co-hosts on The View. While the panel is known for its lively debates and occasional disagreements, this situation is different. The legal scandal surrounding Sunny has reportedly created tension behind the scenes, with some co-hosts allegedly expressing concerns about how her personal drama might impact the show's dynamic. While no one has publicly criticized Sunny, the whispers of unease are hard to ignore. Could this be the beginning of a rift among the panel, or will they rally around Sunny, showing solidarity in the face of public scrutiny?
Today's video comes to us from Sunny Hostin. Sounds like a town. We're in Sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice.
Of course, it's important to remember that at the heart of all of this is a family under immense pressure. Sunny and Emmanuel have been married for decades, raising 2 children together and building a life that, until recently, seemed picture perfect. But now, that image has been shattered. The stress of the lawsuit, the FBI raid, and the relentless media attention are undoubtedly taking a toll on their family dynamic. How are Sunny and Emmanuel coping behind closed doors? Are they presenting a united front, or are cracks starting to show? These are questions only time will answer, but for now, the speculation continues. As the legal case against Emmanuel unfolds and the ramifications of the FBI raid become clearer, one thing is certain: Sunny Hostin's life will never be the same. Whether she emerges from this ordeal stronger and more determined than ever, or finds herself facing consequences she never anticipated, remains to be seen. What's clear, however, is that this is a defining moment, not just for Sunny and Emmanuel, but for their entire family.